Ever wondered why some projects succeed while others fail? What sets successful projects apart? The answer often lies in effective project management planning. But what exactly does it entail? Well, project management planning is the phase where the project's objectives, scope, schedule, resources, and risks are all defined and documented. It's not just about jotting down what needs to be done and by when. It's about creating a comprehensive roadmap that guides every step of the project journey. It's about setting up a framework for decision-making, tracking progress, and managing changes. It's about laying the foundation for the successful execution and control of the project. And it's about identifying potential pitfalls and planning how to avoid or manage them. In essence, project management planning is the backbone of any successful project. So project management planning isn't just a phase to rush through. It's a critical step that can make or break your project's success. Now let's dive into some key concepts in project management planning. First, we have the project scope. This defines the boundaries and deliverables of your project. Then we set the project objectives and goals, which align with stakeholder expectations and organizational objectives. We break down the scope into manageable tasks using a work breakdown structure, or WBS. Next, we have schedule management, where we outline the sequence and duration of activities. Resource planning then identifies and allocates necessary resources. Risk management identifies potential risks and develops response strategies. Cost estimation and budgeting involves calculating project costs and developing a budget. Quality management defines standards and outlines quality control activities. Communication planning establishes communication channels and roles. Procurement planning identifies external requirements and develops a procurement strategy. Stakeholder management identifies stakeholders and develops an engagement plan. Change management anticipates and plans for changes. And integration management ensures consistency and alignment across the project. These concepts don't work in isolation. They come together to form a comprehensive project plan. With an understanding of what these concepts are, it's time to dig deeper. Let's start with project scope. Think of project scope as the blueprint of your project. It clearly outlines what the project will achieve, the deliverables, and the boundaries. Imagine you're building a house. The project scope is like the architectural plan that tells you what the house will look like and the materials you'll need, but doesn't tell you how to actually build it. Similarly, in project management, a well-defined scope helps you understand the project requirements and constraints, acting like a compass that guides your project journey. Next, we have project objectives and goals. These are the driving forces behind your project. They define the purpose, success criteria, and align with organizational objectives and stakeholder expectations. Consider a scenario where you're planning a birthday party. Your objective might be to throw a memorable party while staying within budget. Your goals could include ensuring all guests have a good time and the birthday person feels special. In a project environment, clear objectives and goals help to keep everyone focused and motivated. Now, let's talk about the work breakdown structure, or WBS. It's like breaking down a large puzzle into smaller pieces. When you look at the puzzle box, you see the complete picture, but to solve it, you break it down into smaller pieces. Similarly, a WBS breaks down the project scope into smaller, manageable components, making it easier to plan, schedule, and manage the project. Then, there's schedule management. It's like planning a road trip. You decide when to start, the route to take, where to stop, and when to reach your destination. In project management, a well-crafted schedule outlines the sequence and duration of activities, helping to ensure timely completion of the project. Resource planning is another critical concept. It's about identifying and allocating resources like personnel, equipment, and materials. Think about baking a cake. You need to know the ingredients you need, the quantities, and when to use them. Similarly, resource planning ensures that all necessary resources are available at the right time and place in your project. Risk management involves identifying potential risks and uncertainties. It's like carrying an umbrella when there's a forecast of rain. You assess the likelihood of rain and prepare accordingly. In project management, risk management helps you prepare for uncertainties that could impact your project objectives. Cost estimation and budgeting is all about managing your project's finances. Imagine planning a vacation. You estimate the costs for flights, hotels, meals, and activities, and then allocate your funds accordingly. Similarly, in project management, Cost estimation and budgeting ensure that project expenses are properly planned and controlled. Quality management is about ensuring that project deliverables meet the defined quality standards. It's like quality checking a car before it leaves the factory. The car must meet certain standards before it's ready for the customers. In project management, quality management ensures that your project deliverables meet the required standards and satisfy your stakeholders. Communication planning involves establishing effective communication channels and mechanisms. Think about a game of Chinese whispers. Without clear communication, the original message gets distorted. Similarly, in project management, a well-structured communication plan ensures that everyone is on the same page. Procurement planning involves identifying external goods and services required for the project. It's like shopping for groceries. You make a list of what you need, identify where to get them, and then buy them. In project management, procurement planning ensures that all necessary external resources are identified and procured in compliance with organizational policies. Stakeholder management is about managing the people involved in or affected by your project. Imagine you're a tour guide. You need to manage the different interests, expectations, and influence of your tourists. Similarly, in project management, stakeholder management ensures that all stakeholders are adequately engaged and their interests are managed. Change management is about planning for changes to the project scope, schedule, and resources. It's like changing your travel plans when unexpected events occur. You adjust your plans while keeping your travel goals in mind. In project management, change management helps you to adapt to changes while keeping your project objectives intact. Lastly, integration management involves coordinating project planning activities. It's like conducting an orchestra where various instruments come together to create harmony. Similarly, in project management, integration management ensures that all planning activities are coordinated and aligned with the project objectives. By now, you should have a clear understanding of each of these project management planning concepts. But knowing isn't enough. How do you apply them? Knowing the theory is great, but application is where the real value lies. In the world of project management planning, understanding the concepts is only the tip of the iceberg. Applying these concepts to real-life scenarios is what truly makes the difference. Take the work breakdown structure, WBS, for instance. It's not enough just to create a WBS. It's about using it as a guide to ensure all tasks are accounted for and properly sequenced. It's about drilling down into each task, understanding the resources required, and setting realistic timelines. And when it comes to resource planning, it's all about balance. You need to consider the availability of resources, their skills, and the dependencies between tasks. It's a dance of sorts, aligning all these factors to ensure smooth project execution. Risk management, too, is far from a theoretical exercise. You must be proactive, identifying potential risks and putting measures in place to mitigate them. It's about being prepared, not just for the risks you can see, but also for the unknowns. Cost estimation and budgeting are not just about numbers. They're about understanding the value of each activity, making informed decisions on resource allocation, and continuously tracking expenses to ensure you're on track. And let's not forget about communication planning. It's about creating a transparent environment where information flows freely, ensuring everyone is on the same page. Remember, effective project management planning is not about ticking off a checklist. It's about understanding these concepts and applying them in a way that best suits your project. Phew! That was a lot to take in, wasn't it? We've traversed the landscape of project management planning, from defining scope and goals, breaking down work structures, managing schedules, to resource allocation, risk mitigation, cost estimation, quality assurance, communication, procurement, stakeholder engagement, change control, and integration. Remember, each concept is a key tool for you, so revisit them, practice, and apply in your projects. Project management planning might seem daunting, but with these concepts in your toolkit, you're well equipped to plan your project successfully. Happy planning!